Now, let's talk about payment. Let's talk about money. I know this is something most of you want to hear. Now, a lot of you are looking for online jobs in Kenya that pay through M-Pesa. With these article writing jobs, one of the things you need to know is that most clients will pay. Hey guys, what is going on? This is Wycliffe from TechHood254, and in this video, we're going to be talking about online writing jobs in Kenya for beginners. So if you are a newbie and you don't know how to get started, this is the perfect video for you. But if you're new here, make sure that you don't forget to click on the subscribe button and also click on that, the notifications button, so that you don't miss out on any of our future videos. So this is the space where we help you guys learn how to make money online for anybody who's meeting us for the first time. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for supporting our content and staying loyal to this tech fam. So today, like I've mentioned, we're going to be talking about online writing jobs in Kenya for beginners. Now, a lot of people are confused about where they need to start and what kind of information they need in order to get started so that they can start making that money. And so this is the perfect video for you if you are that person who has no idea where to begin. So we're going to begin this video by first of all telling you what online writing is all about. A lot of times people confuse article writing and academic writing. And in this video, we're not talking about academic writing. That is something completely different. We're talking about article writing. And so why exactly do people pay you to write articles? So I'm first going to be telling you about how it works so that you understand the concept, so that you can know why this industry is such an amazing industry and why you need to consider joining article writing if it's something that will work for you. Okay, so article writing is also known as content writing, and this is something that my partner and I have been doing for close to 5 years now. And during this time, we've had a lot of success with it. However, it's not that you are going to get in today and start making big figures tomorrow. Okay, there's a lot of work that needs to go into this before you can start making as much as 25,000 a week or even more. There's a video that we did where we showed some proof of our earnings, and I'm going to link that right into the top right corner. If you want, you can go ahead and check that out. But before we talk about the money part, let's talk about what this industry is about and why people pay you to do this. So there's a lot of website owners out there, and there's a lot of people with blogs. And essentially, these people are business people, or they are really busy people, or they don't have this skill. And so they want content on their blogs. And you've gone on Google and you've checked for something at some point in time. And usually what you find on that blog is content. You will find an article that is written there, and that article is written by people just like yourself and me, or anybody who has the freelance writing skill. Okay, now I call it a skill because this is the next thing that you need to know. Before you can get started with content writing or article writing, you will need to have a skill. I know that you've been told this is something that you could get in at an entry level without many skills, without having a lot of skill, no prior experience. Yes, all of that is true. It's true that you can get in without prior experience, but you need to have a skill. And we always tell people here at Tech Hood that in order for you to make money online, you need one of three things, or all. You either need a service, you need a product, or you need a skill. And because this video is about online writing jobs in Kenya, then you need to know that writing is a skill. Without that skill of writing, you're not going to be able to make any money. So there are two ways that you can go about getting that skill. The first one is by going out to Google, doing your own research, gathering all that information, and getting to know how you can gather that skill and learning from all this information that you find on Google. There's also YouTube, and there are tons of information on different Facebook groups that you can get, just digest all of that information. And then once you've gotten it set, then, get out there and do your thing. However, that method will take you a long, long time. And if you don't have time to, research and get all this skill on your own, then the next thing that you need to do, or method number two, is investing in a training course or in a tutorial. Now, this is where you need to be really careful, because there's a lot of people out there who claim to have the skill, but they don't know what they're talking about. when it comes to learning a skill from an expert, make sure that the person you are dealing with has experience and they have shown you the proof that they've actually been doing this for a duration of time, and they need to be knowing what they're talking about. But this second method of gathering the skill is actually really good because it will shorten the duration of time between you learning the skill and between you getting that money, because your main goal is to learn the skill as fast as possible so that you can go out there and get paid by providing this valuable service to all of those people out there who need it so much. So if you are interested in, a training or a tutorial, that is something that my partner and I offer. We have a website and we are going to link it down in the description box below. You can go ahead and check it out and find out how you can sign up for that training. So the next thing that you need to know after getting or acquiring your skill is you need to make sure that you have samples. You need to make sure that you have a portfolio. This is a mistake that we see with a lot of our students. Once they've gone through the training, one of the mistakes they make is that they don't write samples and they don't create a portfolio. And listen, you're trying to get an online writing job here, which means the person that you're applying to is going to ask for proof that you know how to write, because they don't want to put, bogus content on their blog. This is something that's going to be read by many people and it represents their brand. So they need to know that you can write in good English, that you can connect your sentences properly, that the sentences flow the right way, that the grammar is good, there is no spelling mistakes, all right? So you need to make sure that you've got your portfolio ready. And this does not mean that you need to come up with an entire fancy website. No, you do not need to do that as a newbie. All you need to do is make sure that you have a few samples of your work. You could use Google Docs or you could use Microsoft Word, type out a nice sample, upload it to a cloud, and whenever somebody, whenever you want to apply for a job or whenever somebody asks for your samples, then all you have to do is send them a link. Now, I suggest that make sure you have samples related to whichever industry that you are going to be applying to, because there are many industries out there. There is health and fitness, there is automotive, where you write about vehicles, there is beauty, there is home improvement, where you write about interior decorations and stuff like that, remodeling. There's basically an industry about literally anything that you can think of in this world, and there is content opportunities for all those things. So if you are not interested in cars, you can write about, you can find a hair blog. If you're interested in beauty, you can find something about clothes, you can find something about shoes. There's content for literally everything. So nobody is locked out. All right. So once you have your portfolio, what you need to do is you need to know, let's talk about some of the tools that you are going to need, because you can't just get into writing without having the necessary tools. You will need a laptop. And if you don't have a laptop, it is possible to get by with just your smartphone. However, it has to be, a smartphone that at least has a good RAM, that won't be, your smartphone won't be hanging constantly, but it's possible. It's actually possible, because back when I was getting started, my partner and I, there are points where we actually use our smartphone to write some articles and send them to the people who had employed us way back when I was still in college, or just after college. There's a point where my laptop broke down and I needed to have this content ready, and we've used our phones before, so it's actually possible. So there's no excuse, guys. There's no excuse. You can't say that I don't have a laptop, so I can't get started. If you don't have a laptop, use your phone, your smartphone. If you don't have a smartphone, I don't know what you're watching this on. You might be watching this at the cyber. I know of people who have done this at the cyber and saved up enough money to get a phone and then a laptop. So there is no excuse. If you have the skill, make sure you put that skill into work, and you will definitely reap the fruits of your labor. So other than the laptop and the phone and all that, you will need internet access, because jobs are research. You have to research and find out information about the topic that you're given to write about, so that you can come up with quality. But you also need to be able to communicate with the client that is sending you these jobs, and you need to be able to get that feedback back and forth. So internet is super important. Other than that, there are some writing tools that you will need to know about. There's the Hemingway editor, which helps you tighten up your writing, makes it really good so that you can write like a native English speaker. There is Grammarly, which helps you with your grammar and spelling, and it also helps you check plagiarism. Plagiarism is where you, when somebody copies somebody else's information, exactly the way it is, and you publish that uh, as it is, as though it's your own work. And so that is a capital crime. You don't do that in this industry because you will definitely 100% lose your job. So make sure that you avoid that completely. And if you're not sure about whether you've copied something exactly as it was, that is why those tools are there. So you will need to know more about those tools. Now, how exactly do you apply? That is the next thing that we are talking about, because this is a mistake we also see. Most people don't get the jobs. Most people don't get these online writing jobs because they don't know how to write an application letter. They don't know how to send out, the right type of pitch if they're pitching to a direct client, because sometimes you might not get a content mail to write for, and so you have to deal directly with a direct client. And this means that you have to send them a pitch. And a pitch is basically where you're telling these guys, hey, I've seen that you have this website about cars, and I'm really interested in vehicles. I know a lot about them. And I think that I could help you guys, improve on your ranking by creating blog posts about vehicles and publishing them on your website. And so you need to know how to structure that. You need to know what templates to use. Those are some of the things that we help you do in our training. We have templates that help you out. Now, templates are good, but they are just to give you an idea. This doesn't mean that you need to send the same exact thing to every single client that you are targeting, or to every single content mail, because you need to make sure that you sound human, not like some robot, because these are human beings that are reading this, and they need to make sure that they are communicating with somebody who isn't just blasting out emails, the same email to every single person in hopes of getting a job. Now, let's talk about payment. Let's talk about money. I know this is something most of you want to hear. Now, a lot of you are looking for online jobs in Kenya that pay through M-Pesa. With these article writing jobs, one of the things you need to know is that most clients will pay through PayPal. So hear me out on this one, guys. Don't limit yourself by considering only the jobs that pay through M-Pesa, because most of these companies are paying through PayPal. And the good thing is that Kenya has a very good relationship with PayPal, and we are actually able to receive money in this country and to send it out also. But you can connect your PayPal to your M-Pesa in minutes. It doesn't take long. And the best thing also is that you can actually withdraw from PayPal to M-Pesa in minutes as well. So don't worry about payment and only limiting yourself by looking for jobs that only pay through M-Pesa, because you will find very few, unless you're dealing with somebody who has a local account and they're paying you locally. But if you want to get those international jobs and jobs from clients that are outside or from these content mills, they are not going to pay you through M-Pesa. It has to be PayPal, Skrill, or something else, but mostly PayPal. So make sure you have a PayPal account. Final thing is, where do you get jobs? I've done a video about this before, and so I don't want this video to be too long. I'm linking that video in the top right corner. Make sure you go over there and check it out. So guys, if you learned anything from this video, please hit on that like button, because it helps me and it helps us share this valuable content to more people here on YouTube that are looking for this exact type of information. And I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you very much for watching.